Sorry, I just yawned. Sorry, just yawned and stretched. In accordance with the Children's Online Privacy Protection Act, this channel is not to be used by children under the age of 13. Viewer discretion is advised. Hey everybody, Dragon King Mark here, and welcome to Let's Play Shadowrun Dragonfall Director's Cut, Part 27. Last we left off, we did a little talking with our friends, and did some shopping, and now we're going back to this place again, Schattennest, where we did the Humanist run, and now we're just going to try stopping this guy from making a syndicate here. Sounds simple enough. This is going to be Eiger's solo mission, however. So, if you're wondering exactly what happened, if you were here last time, or I doubt it, I did stream this episode last week, but it wasn't good. Not to mention, it cut out halfway. So yeah, this time I know what I'm doing. And I also died twice. Hello? You again. Well, you ignored my warning last time and you ain't dead. So I guess you can handle yourself. He sighs. That'll do, Sergey. Anyway, what's new with me? Well, not a whole lot. Just relaxed, gamed. Found out Lego Monkey Kid had a 4th season. I didn't know about that. So there's that to consider. Stash. Roundbach gang up ahead. Maybe there's a way around? There is. We can get this mission done lickety split. I know what to do now. But just if I can get through there. Now, we got through that part, and we got here safely. Let's talk to some people. What? What do you want? Looking for information. I bet you are. I've seen your type before. You're probably looking for someone or looking for something that's been stolen. Either way, the Rambog won't be happy about you sticking your nose in the Schattennest. I'm new in town. What's hot around here? Nothing. Not a goddamn thing. All there is to do in Schattennest is get your arse beat by gangs until you decide to join one. Which gang are you in? I'm still in the former camp. I've heard what the Rambach do to Hayes' new members. I'll take getting pushed around every once in a while over that. Alright. Leave them. Okay. Now, let's talk to this lady. I got pots and pans. You need pots and pans? No, but some info would be nice. You seen any new friends of the Roundbox show up lately? Yeah, sure I have. What's it to ya? The woman eyes you up and down, clearly waiting for you to make an offer. It's always a shakedown. Hello, viewer. Just trying to help out the neighborhood. She leans in for a whisper. They're just down the street in the warehouse with the grass in front. New guy showed up a few days ago. Seems like a bigwig. They've been moving product through there ever since. What kind of product? That'll cost you extra, sweetie. Is it important? Fine. Drugs, guns, the usual. Seems like more drugs than guns lately, so maybe things will pick up around here. Thanks. No problem, honey. I got the best deals on pots and pans this side of Spandau. Now, originally when I played this mission, I actually wasn't able to figure out where it is, but now I do. Right over here. I ended up dying twice. The engine's still warm. Colors on the tail clearly marked as Rambach territory. And here's the door panel. Bypass the code. Now, we need to make damn well sure. Oh crap. And here comes the part I dread. In there! That's our man! Here he is. I'll go ahead and deal with this. Eiger, you can hold these guys off. We don't actually need to fight them all, we just need to actually make sure we can get them. That's good. Now, if we can be able to get this guy down fast enough, we might be able to take him out fast. Nice. Or not. It'll be worse. Yeah, you need to get this guy fast if you want to actually take him out. You gotta be quick. Do I go for the guy first, or do I try to take these guys out first? Okay, so it looks like he might be further ahead. Seriously, Eiger? Crap. Screw it, Eiger, just follow me. I need all the backup I can get. Good thing I had that on me. Yeah, I died due to my own stupid mistakes. I think you're supposed to fight your way through this part instead of rushing through it like I tried originally. The next part, however, you actually have to rush in. This is just mainly you just kicking butt. Oh, crud. Oh, that was easy. Nice. Armor broke. Oh, crud. Oh, crap. Yeah, I think I made a dumb move on my part. Alright, Eiger. We got rid of one. As long as we can... Oh, boy. This is going a bit smoother than last time. I'm not gonna lie, last time was a mess. Oh, it was so terrible. Just take my word for it. It wasn't pretty. Dang, it wasn't gonna work. I really am curious though, like I mean, with the new season 4 of Lego Monkey Kid, I didn't know that there was actually season 4. And B, I'm really curious to know how this is gonna go now. Okay. Oh, I also saw a new episode of Ruby. It's definitely interesting seeing the main, like the other 4 basically you know, having changed, but with Ruby herself, just it's kind of difficult to see, considering what's going on with her right now. Dang. But honestly, it's really fascinating seeing how the 3 are, like, Yang, Blake, and Weiss are all basically, you know, they're basically set. They know what to do, but Ruby's the one that has no idea what she's doing. Okay, so it looks like we don't have to worry about that spirit now. We at least cut our time down in half. And yeah, there was another winter storm that happened, so I wasn't able to terrain yesterday. Didn't want to risk it. Okay. Screw sitting up. We need to catch this guy fast. Okay, this might be a bit tough than I thought. We need to disable his cyberware fast, otherwise he's gonna get away. Alright. Eiger. Seriously, Eiger? No. I am not letting this dude get away. Barrel trauma kit though. Let's see if this will work. No! Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Here's the thing about this thing, you need to actually be able to get close enough to do it. Oh, that works. Maybe I should have tossed that flash grenade when I had the chance. Ah! Yes, I'm trying to get to that dude. Let's try this. Maybe if we try using that grenade. This is the mission I always hate, because I have to... I hate this mission so much. But I need to do it for companion quests. I've actually been debating on just ending this series, because honestly, like, with all the issues I've been having with it... Let's see, can I... Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Seriously, these glitches are seriously ticking me off. Come on. I can't lob a grenade and try to just AP round the dude. I mean, I could probably do it, like lower the amount of AP he has. That could work. Okay. Nice! I didn't think that was gonna work. And use this. Help me drive this guy back to the warehouse. I'm gonna find out what he knows. The engineer lies splayed out on the ground, his body trembling violently. Eiger shoves a bottle up his nose and squeezes. The engineer shudders violently, and then the trembling begins to subside. She glances at you. An aerosol BZD to help treat the seizures. Benedict was kind enough to include it in his goodie bag. It won't last long, but it should give Yuli here enough muscular control to answer a few questions. The engineer's voice comes out in a trembling stutter. Fuck you, troll. Eiger raises an eyebrow. See? He's talking already. The engineer's eyes burn with hate. Beads of sweat dole his brow as he struggles to control the tremors that rack his body. He takes a deep breath, holds it, and releases it slowly. The trembling begins to subside. They got some questions for you. You better have answers. Slowly, the orc's eyes shift from Eiger to you. I know the troll bitch. We have history, but you are a stranger to me. Are you sure that you have the stomach for this, stranger? Not many do. I had the stomach for all sorts of things that you can't even imagine, Yuli. The Shadowrunner thinks that he can frighten me. His voice sounds stronger now. The stutter that marred his speech is almost completely faded away. How adorable. Oh, Yuli, you should be frightened. He slaps him across the face, splitting his lip down the middle. The impact sounds like a gunshot. You're in serious trouble, my friend. Eiger leans in forward toward the engineer. He recoils, grinding the back of his head against the grease-stained Duraplast tiles. You're helpless. A fucking cripple. The voice comes out in a snarl. But if you answer our questions, things will go easier for you. So tell us, whose payroll are you on? She grabs a fistful of the orc's hair and lifts her head. Her face is inches from his. Tell us who sent you to Schattennest. There's a long pause. Eventually, the engineer looks away. Alright, you want to know so badly, I'll tell you. Tamana sent me here. They want to use Schattennest as a base of operations in Berlin. My point of contact is a ghoul named Beetle. He leans forward and locks eyes with Eiger. There, you got your intel. Now set me free or kill me. Yuli. Eiger leans back, shaking her head. You won't roll over on an employer this easily. Your rep tells me that much. He raises an eyebrow in the look of mock astonishment. No, Eiger's right. You're jerking us around. You wanted a name, I gave you a name. What more? I can give you those too. I can name you 100 clients who'd love a piece of Schattennest. How do you intend to determine who really sent me? I got a couple of ideas. You let us worry about that. Oh, I intend to. He wrestles the corner of his mouth. Wrestles the corner of his mouth up into a smirk. I got no worries. I already know what my future holds. Maybe you try to reason with me, and that fails. Maybe you try coercion. I'll get you nowhere too. You try beating on me, and I'll start giving names. More names than you know what to do with. Torture me or don't, it'll all end the same way. I'll be dead. You'll know nothing for certain, and my clients will move ahead on the schedule. Cooperate, maybe it doesn't have to end that way. Maybe you get out of here alive. He snorts. You think I'm delusional, man? I'm already dead. The she-troll beside you is gonna put a bullet in my brain as soon as she gets what she wants. Just look at her. Take a long look at that ugly troll face. She's just aching to put me in the ground. Eiger's hands bunch into fists. She's still smiling, but you can feel the heat of hatred behind her eyes. You've got bigger issues to worry about than my face, Yuli. If you don't start telling me what I want to hear in the next 30 seconds, this is gonna get messy. Say nothing. No, Eiger. He takes his time pronouncing the name, savors it. I'd like to tell you a story. We share so much history, you and I. Eiger says nothing, but her eyes narrow. The engineer continues, his grin broadening. This is a funny story. A story about your time in the KSK. A story about utility. I could tell you all of the many lives you've touched and how the syndicates touched them afterward. Would you like that? There's a long pause. Eventually, Eiger turns to face you. Shift, do me a favor. Sweep the building for intel. Anything we might have missed on the way here. Yeah, I'm on it. Take good care of our friend here. She shoots a disgusted glance at your captain. Yeah, don't worry. I will. Now here comes the bit of the easy part. We know what to do now. Ledger. There's a small ledger lining on this crate. The cover is cheap leatherite, and the paper is tissue-thin newsprint. Read through. The pages are filled to overflowing with handwritten text. You don't recognize the language, but judging by the accent marks, you guess it's a Scandinavian tongue. While you can't read it, the arrangement of the text tells you that the ledger is primarily being used as an address book. Fucking move on. Forklift. Forklift's tires are flat. Looks like it hasn't been used in years. Don't talk with Eiger. As you approach, you can see that the engineer's chest is sheeted with blood. Most of it seems to be streaming from his nose, which has been crushed into a wad of bloody meat. Eiger turns to face you. Her bunched fists are dripping red. Oof. Find anything? She speaks to you through clenched teeth. Her voice sounds strained and her cheeks are flushed. I thought you said that we weren't going to resort to torture. This isn't torture, it's justice. If you knew half of what this bastard has done, if you heard the things that he just told me, you'd do the same. Maybe so, but you're on edge and I need you to be calm. Beating him isn't helping. She pauses and turns away. Just tell me what you found. Yes, please. The engineer's voice is thick and wet. He smiles through a set of gore-streaked teeth. Enlighten us. I found this ledger. I don't recognize the language, but it looks Scandinavian. Eiger leafs through the journal, quickly flipping through story-captained pages. Norwegian, maybe. I think this is written in Bokmål. She frowns. I can't read it, but it looks like a shipping manifest. Yeah, something like that. There are a lot of addresses in here. She rifles through the pages, flipping through cheap paper with her thumbnail. Looks like addresses, all the way through. Some are unannotated. I can't see any names. 2/3 of the way through the book, she stops short. Find something interesting? Wordless, she turns the page around. At the top of the page, written in a different hand, is a single word. It's written in English, but you can understand it all the same. Wednesday. She nods. Yeah, not particularly helpful without a full date, but I'm guessing it's something. Of course, Wednesday might not be referred to the day of the week at all. It could be code for something. Taken out of context like this, it's impossible to say. So what do you make of this? This should be good. Eiger ignores him. Her gaze remains fixed on the book. It might be nothing, or it could mean that he's back in bed with the Logpachevsky syndicate. The engineer holds his silence. Is that it, Yuli? Are you taking orders from your old bosses again? He pauses for a moment before croaking out an answer. Maybe. Who's to say? What's happening on Wednesday, Yuli? His mouth twists into a bloody grin. This Wednesday, I'll be putting your mother to work on the street corner, and when she's all worn out, I'll give your father a shot at the job. You can do better than that. Go down a ditch. Find anything else? We need to be sure about this before moving forward. Unless I've missed something, I'll keep searching. Barrels. Chemical storage barrels. A light jostle shows that they're completely empty. Courier drone. Melting. Hopefully container empty. Courier drone. This genetic courier drone has been snapped together out of prefab parts from a dozen different manufacturers. It's a cheap utilitarian thing. Remarkable only in that it's so incredibly plain. A half-bright teenager could cobble something like this together in an afternoon. The drone sits in a charging cradle, its turbo fan unpowered. A cheerful green light blinks in the front panel to remind you that it's still active. You can see the silhouette of something under the flimsy plastic dome of the dome of the drone's cargo compartment. Whatever this thing was here to deliver, it's still carrying it. Off the lid on the cargo container. You depress the catch on the container's plastic lid. Rather than swinging open, the lid slides back to reveal a touchpad. Looks as though this thing is password locked. Examine the drone more closely. To get a closer look, you notice something strange. There's a set of electrical contact plates lighting at the tip of the drone's cargo compartment. It's fair to say that this thing's outfitted with an anti-tampering system of some kind. Let's enter a password. And I might have an idea what it is. Wednesday. The plastic lid of the cargo container pops open with a click. Inside you find what appears to be a homemade Simpson chip. It sits securely in a custom-made plastic bracket. Take the chip, pop the chip out of the bracket, and pocket it. A few seconds later, an angry hissing sound comes from the drone somewhere deep within the drone. Step back. As you step away from the drone, the hissing sound grows into a roar. Bright white sparks spit out of the drone's melting chassis and streak across the room. You've seen this kind of reaction before. Thermite. Whoever built the drone must have wired it with a self-destruct device. Within seconds, all that's left of the little drone is a molten wreck on the charging cradle. Foul-smelling smoke pours from the remains. You steal another glance at the chip that you recovered, then turn away. So we got a Simpson chip. Corpse. The broken body of a human man lies on the floor. His face is a mess of fresh cuts and congealing blood, and his head is oddly deformed. Despite his wounds, his mouth is twisted into a macabre smile. Like the body. Judging by the shape of the ganger's head, you'd guess that his skull has been fashioned in at least 3 places. The center of his forehead is practically gruesome. It looks soft, so the skin were stretched like a tent between shards of broken bone. Looking up, you can see a great smear of gore on the door of the room that you found him in. The implications are clear. This man bashed his own head in trying to get out, and he did it with a smile on his face. His hands are badly broken too. You've seen the sorts of injuries after bare-knuckle place fights, but never anything this severe. This man punched something hard and went on punching until his hands were reduced to useless slabs of meat. Draw a medical conclusion. All these symptoms point to one thing. That something drove this ganger to a homicidal fury, and that fury didn't die out until he did. You've heard of pharmaceuticals that can cause this sort of reaction. PCP, Datura, substituted cathinols, but without a lab test, there's no way to make sure what drove him to this. Let's keep this guy in mind for later. You're back. Anything? I found a body in the other room. From the looks of him, he tried using his head to beat down a sealed, reinforced door. Interesting, but not unusual in these parts. There are all kinds of drugs that can make a person act that way. Most of them are hard to get in a place like Schattennest. Have you found anything else? There were a pair of courier drones in the other room. No markings, they looked custom built. One of them had been slagged, but the other had this chip in its storage compartment. When he produced the chip, the engineer's eyes widened slightly. He turns his head and coughs to rack his body. Interesting. This means something to you, Yuli? Eiger takes the chip from you and holds it into the light. No identifying markings. I've seen enough BTLs in my life to know when I see one. This is different. It's been modified somehow. Go ahead and slot it, bitch. It'll take you on the ride of your life. Eiger raises an eyebrow. Smack him for me, will you? I'm busy. Hit him. Your fist connects with the ruined meat of the engineer's nose. He coughs, chokes on his own blood, and spits a wad of it onto your chest. You don't know what you're holding, slag. He spits the words out like venom. His eyes are locked onto the chip in Eiger's hand. Slowly, he licks his lips. You don't deserve to touch that chip. I think you're right, Eiger. Our friend here is an addict. The engineer glances at you with a snarl. Fuck you. The thing is, I know our friend's a rat, and I'm telling you, he's much too careful to get himself addicted to Sims. He glances at the engineer. His eyes are locked onto the chip. If these things have him hooked this badly, they must have been even more addicted than standard BTLs. That's a frightening thought. You're telling me the last thing we need is more Sim junkies in our streets. She turns to face the engineer. You got anything to add to that, Yuli? You have no idea how wrong you are about all of this. He struggles to rise from the floor, but his muscles refuse to cooperate. Finally, he gets up with a scowl. Move my arms, I take that chip from you and show you what it does. She glances at over your shoulder at you. Good job, Shift. We're stuck with nerve. Any other thoughts? Yeah, actually. I think I might know where the other chip went. Remember that body I found in the other room? Yeah, good thought. Go check it out, but be quick. I don't know how long it'll be before we have company here. On it. So I've recently been playing a bit of Wo Long Fallen Dynasty. Pretty good. Alright, search for the missing chip. Peeling back a patch of matted hair, you find something that a casual viewer would have missed. The man had a chip jack. It's a cheap model, sufficient for loading Simpson chips and BTLs with little else. It doesn't take much effort for you to pry it open. Into the chip jack, you find a glob of plastic. Looks as though whatever this guy was running melted down sometime after he slotted it. A chip jack like this could generate enough heat to destroy a Simpson chip. The only logical conclusion was that this chip itself was wired to melt down after use. What's in the chip? Basically, Wo Long is kind of like Nioh and Sekiro set in the Three Kingdoms era. Pretty good. The engineer's eyes remain locked on the chip. His face has gone pallid white, and his shirt is drenched with sweat. His eyes bulge and his breathing is heavy. Eiger glances up at from your man and Captain looks you in the eye. What you were looking for? Yeah, I pried this chip jack open and found a blob of melted plastic inside. It still warm to the touch. Eiger examines the remnants of the chip in your fingers. I've heard of things like this before. Single-use sims designed to self-destruct after they've been slotted. Keeps the customers from reusing the same BTL over and over again. I'd say that you found our missing chip. Yeah, I agree, but the ganger who slotted this wasn't looked out like a normal sim junkie. It was almost the opposite. He looked wild, like a madman. Madman. The engineer lets out a chuckle with a hoarse, barking sound. You didn't know a damn thing. I know we have something you want. Why don't you educate us? The chip doesn't drive you insane. It opens your eyes. His voice grows in volume, becoming ragged. Slot 1, you become a god. Eiger stares at him, her expression flat. The engineer sneers. I too was skeptic. Then the wolf caught me and the raven opened my eyes, and now, at last, I can see. Suddenly he lurches forward. Every muscle in his body goes tight, and the cords stand out on his neck. Give me the chip! It was promised to me. I need it. Tell us who you're working for, and it's all yours. The engineer spits out a mouthful of blood. He hits the tile floor with a slipping splat. He grinds his teeth and snarls at a single word. Winter night. There's a moment of silence. Finally, Eiger speaks. Never heard of him. Of course you haven't, bitch. If you had, you'd already be dead. It'll leave loose ends. His body begins to tremble. Looks like the drugs are wearing off. That they have the money, she trolled. But money and influence enough to put the syndicate to shame. Even I cannot say how much, but I do know that what I've seen is just the tip of the spear. Alright, let's say you're telling the truth and some sort of secret society is behind this. Well, they want my Schattennest. They do not do these things. All I know is that they want to store things here. Crates, boxes, shipped from all over. No cargo inspections and no traces back to them. Who are they shipping in? Weapons, drugs, more of these BTLs? His eyes are incredulously. You just think that I asked them? It's not my place to know. All that I know is what was promised to me. Give me the chip! His voice comes out in a shriveling screech. You promised! I respond to the engineer. Slowly she pulls a knife from her belt. It's rated edge going to the light. I ain't ever gonna drop you about that thing. Yeah, she got you there. I don't even look in the eye. She grins. Bye, Yuli. She plunges her blade into the engineer's throat. Yo comes out a stall gurgling sound, thrashes and dies. Eiger wipes her hands clean and looks up, an expression of grim satisfaction on her face. Well, that takes care of that. Thanks for the assist, Fearless Leader. Anytime. Ready to head back to the cruise bazaar? I need to let the estate know about this. But we're not. No problem. We aren't done yet. We still have winter night to deal with. Okay, can't do it, Fearless Leader. What you're suggesting is beyond the scope of our capabilities. I don't have any contacts in Norway. Wouldn't even know where to begin looking for Winter Night. And if we found them, what then? The two of us aren't going to stop an international conspiracy on our own. We're good, but we're not that good. You got a point there. We'll let the Flux they handle it. Good call. Now, there's just one more thing that I want to do before we get back home. She gestures the engineer's body. We still need to search the bastard. Who knows? Maybe he has some additional evidence on him. Or in him. Maybe that he had some hardware storage. We won't know until we go digging. It's over with. Time passes. The job is long and unpleasant, but eventually you find something. A hidden storage compartment in one of the engineer's cyber arms. Deactivated as the cyber arm is, it takes some prying to get it open. But Eiger leans in and puts some muscle into it. With the metallic snapping sound, the component yawns open. Eiger reaches in and pulls out a cylindrical object about the size of a beer can. She inspects it and a smile creases across her face. I mean anything to you? Yeah, actually. It's a pulse grenade. Last I heard, the Russian military were developing them as crowd dispersal devices, but that was years ago. Looks like you that kept the memento of his time in the Spetsnaz. She examines the grenade with a critical eye. It's like typical Russian engineering, clunky but functional. I took this thing apart. I bet I could figure out how they made it. Anything else in there? She dips her hand into the secret compartment one more time. No, nothing I can... Without warning, the engineer's cyber begins to twitch. His body bucks convulsively while his dead eyes stare straight ahead. Eiger snatches your hand back and sends it backward. What the heck? The engineer's body surges forward, a violent convulsive motion. His eyes bulge out of his skull, then his chest evaporates in a spray of light. As you watch, the chemical fire that rages from the engineer's body blackens his flesh and spits sparks across the room. The same reaction that you saw when the drone went up, a thermite reaction. His employers, Winter Night, must have implanted that thing in him. Yeah, must have. I'm willing to bet that if we hadn't used the cyberware deactivator on him, he'd have gone up before we had the chance to spill any names. If you were looking for further proof, I think that this was it. Yeah, looks that way. Let's go. People need to know about this. Let's get out of here. Winter Night. If you guys know about the Shadowrun tabletop game, these guys, Winter Night, are the guys who took out the wired matrix. And this dude was working for him. Jeez. But, thank God we managed to at least get this done in a reasonable time. The U-Band whisks you back to the cruise bazaar, Eiger standing by your side. The image of the engineer's body disintegrating in flame replays itself over and over in your mind. The bright flash, the shower of sparks, the overflowing stench of sizzling meat. A blue-green afterimage hangs suspended in the center of your field of vision and refuses to be blinked away. But what Eiger told you, the engineer was a menace, an international criminal at the top of his game. As you watch, he was consumed from within by a device that marked him as disposable. The rattle of the U-Band car coming to a halt shakes you from your reverie, your home. And with that, we're finished for today. Not gonna lie, this was a lot better than last time I did. Anyway, I'm Dragon King Mark, and next time on Let's Play Shadowrun Dragonfall, we're going to, well, talk with Eiger, and then we're gonna go in and see how she's doing. Then, we're gonna go on and do Glory's mission. If you like what you guys saw, hit that comment button, leave a comment, hit that like button, leave a comment down below. Hit the subscribe button and the bell icon to stay notified when I'm going to upload or stream, and I'll see all of you next time. Laters.